Hey, it's Tom, and it's nice to see you. It's been a real Maine winter, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And no matter where you're looking at this and listening to it or viewing it, I hope you're well. Maddie, Amy, and I are doing great. Maddie's 12 years old. She was just featured, and you'll see it there in the email in Business Insider with her little business called Maddie New Designs. So pretty cool. The kid is awesome, and that's not just me being a dad bragging. She literally is the best of both Amy and I. So check that out. If you want to order some stickers from her, that would be wonderful. And many of you know too, and just as a little bit of an aside, I'm the youngest of 10 kids, right? I grew up rural. I grew up pretty meager. My dad was a mill worker. Of course, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. And I had 6 sisters, what I like to call 7 mothers. And it was wonderful. I learned early, very early, that women should be respected, that women should be nurtured, and that having proud, strong women that could do anything they wanted to do is something we should encourage. So it's really great to see Maddie take control of this, and we're nurturing that in her. So we take that as well, that belief and that value that women are incredibly important to our society and to our team and to everything that we do, and bring that into benchmark. As you may know, my sister Mary works for me, and she's doing a wonderful job. And we have many, many women at our office who are doing wonderful, wonderful things. So although I'm the face, if you will, of Benchmark Real Estate, the backbone of the company, and the people who really do the work and deserve the praise are the wonderful women in our office. So kudos to Maddie, kudos to all the women in my life and in your life. So thank you for all you do. So first and foremost in this letter is coffee and conversation. So tomorrow morning, we're literally going to be at Ugly Duckling. This is on Danforth Street on Portland's historic West End. Ilma and Damien own this, and they are wonderful. They're so talented. Your coffee between 8 and 9 o'clock is on me. Come on in, say hi. Casual conversation. It's a way to obviously give back to small businesses at a time of year where the things are a little bit slow. It's a way to say thank you to you, friends, clients, and just Portland in general for giving us the opportunity to help and do what we do for our community. And of course, it's a casual way if you have any questions about real estate. Now, as you guys know, I own Cornerstone Building and Restoration. I'm sitting in the house that Amy and I have restored now twice. I bring a breadth and depth of knowledge to real estate, which is just rare. Let's just be honest. Anybody can put a sign on your house, and we sort of hope for the best and take some pictures and put it on Instagram. What we do is next level. We're uniquely qualified to help tell your home story, to help you prep your home and bring it to market in the best possible way. You know, I spent 10 years in corporate America, and the last bunch of that as a director of marketing. So we bring this knowledge about homes, restoration and building, and that marketing expertise to help buyers and sellers. So it's a way for me at these coffee and conversations to field any question you may have about real estate, about the real estate market, about prepping your home. So I hope to see you there, 8 to 9 o'clock at Ugly Duckling on Danforth Street. Come as you are, and again, coffee or tea on me. The next thing is March meetings. Now, I wish there was a catchy phrase to have like April showers bring May flowers, but there isn't. The only thing I can think of is meetings with me and my team now, right in March, can probably lead to bidding wars in April, May, and June. Doesn't really rhyme or anything like that, but it is literally the truth, and it ties into the next thing down on that email, which is launch versus list. So we have developed a proprietary process where I have an entire team that I've been working with for years, and most of these folks are through my restoration and building firm, to help transform a house from the way that we all live to something that is going to create urgency with buyers day one. So reach out to us. March is the time, March and April is the time for us to meet, for us to start planning for success in implementing the tenets of that launch versus list process. Now, if you want to learn a little more about that, you can go on to whereyoucallhome.com. It's one of these drop sites that we created to allow for people to see exactly what separates us from the host of agents out there. There's no shortage of them, but when it comes to the most important decision of your life, the purchase and sale of real estate, I encourage you to pause. I encourage you to think about it long and hard. Once you've committed to somebody, you're kind of tied to them. So think about it. Think of the gravity of that. We'd like the opportunity, even if you have a relationship, have us be the second person you talk to, and I can guarantee that you will be impressed with me and my team. So we work incredibly hard, and the results are there. Thank goodness. We have been, through your good graces, the #1 agency in Portland and the #1 team in Portland on sales for the last 2 decades. So thank you very, very much, and we will continue to be humble and work hard for your success. The next things down on there is the question of will lower rates. Now, we've all heard in the news that rates have dropped. Now, they are below 6% for the first time in over 3 years. Will this lead to bidding wars this spring? And in a short answer, maybe. We'll see. I do believe we are going to continue to see this 2 markets emerge, and we have seen that. So why do homes, some of them sell multiple offers quickly? Well, usually it's because of prep. Why do some linger on the market? Usually it's because the seller listed with a friend of a friend, a realtor who's not super active in a neighborhood or an area, who's not highly qualified, and they didn't take the time to not only prep their house, but price it effectively. So who you choose is important, getting back to that theme, and how you prep is vitally important. So if you do those things, getting back to the premise of will lower rates lead to a lot more buyers in the market, we're already seeing it now, and if you choose the right agent and prep the right way, I believe that is absolutely going to be the case. So the next thing down on here is the Zestimate Zinger. I love that alliteration, right? But I don't love the story. It's sort of a sad story. I got called in by a person recently. They had apparently already purchased another property, and they were calling me in along with several other agents to give them our dog and pony show. Why list with me? Now, they had sort of already made up their mind about what they thought their property was worth. They shared it with us, and they did reference Zillow. Now, I never come in with the Zestimate. To be honest with you, I don't even care what it says because of past history with Zestimates off of Zillow. But I can tell you, after that meeting, when they did mention that it was Zillow and a Zestimate, I did go back and look at that, and it didn't match with the data, the actual sales data that we were able to pull, to the tune of the Zestimate being overvaluing the house by over $100,000. So you can imagine the seller's disappointment when we shared that with them. You could imagine their tension, the fact that they've already bought this other house and we're planning on a quick sale over here and at a price that was false. Now, it's a data point. It's nothing to rely on. And oftentimes with our varied inventory here in Greater Portland and Southern Maine and in Maine in general, one house to the next can be wildly different. Zestimates are very good and much more accurate in places where the inventory is very homogeneous. Your house is very similar to the house next door. That is not the case here. So nothing substitutes and nothing can replace an agent who's highly skilled and highly experienced and highly active in your neighborhood, walking through your home and comparing it with those most recent sales. So don't be zinged. Don't rely on Zillow. Rely on the most qualified local agent in your area. The next thing down is you want more housing, and really this ties into reading my book and getting involved. Any resident of Portland should be reaching out right now to your mayor, your city council, and I'm going to put those emails right in the email here. Send them a quick email saying, hey, I agree with Tom Landry. I think we should abolish inclusionary zoning. Read the book, it's quick. There's an e-version there that you can click right through. If you need a hard copy, just reach out to me, send me an email. The city of Portland hired a consultant, the planning department did. The consultant came back with results, but we are already hearing about the city council negating some of that and believing that it is not true, the data that this independent consultant brought forward. So if you want more affordable housing, we need more housing. We need to streamline the process. We need to make it attractive and easy for builders to build what they can and what they're able to, given the high cost of land and high cost of building. So check that out, reach out to them, and again, get involved. Let the city council know that you believe they should abolish and have a moratorium, at least for a year, and eliminate what's called inclusionary zoning. It's basically a penalty for anyone building 10 or more units. So you want to know why things aren't being built, check again out that quick read, a book called Priced Out of Portland. In that website, you can go on to homewithtomlandry.com. It's another marketing site that I have to download that ebook. The next thing is InvestLocal. So you can go on to investlocal.me. That's something I'm very, very proud of, and it's a way for you, investors and people who have money in Wall Street or wherever else, to move some of that money from Wall Street to Main Street and make a difference in your communities. Now, right now, we have several projects that we're looking for investors on. The minimum is usually $100,000. You have to be an accredited investor. But reach out to me directly. I'm happy to have a private meeting with you and a conversation to share these opportunities with you. Now think about this. Portland over the last 5 years, and you'll see that in the results below, has yielded value increases over 5 years in residential real estate of 70%. We've done better than that. So there's a lot of opportunity here, and it's not just opportunity to make money, it's opportunity to improve your community with more housing, more jobs for people who are in these commercial units after the fact, more commercial units for people who own local companies to occupy. The next thing down on the list here, and if you can hear that scratching in the background, that is literally my cat, Jeremiah, trying to get through the door. He is a character. The next thing down is the market update, so check that out. We're going to look back at 2025. What did the market do? What does that tell us? I sent this out to folks in the mail, so if you want to join my physical mailing list, again, you can email me and let me know that. But also, what's happening right now? Now, every month I submit this information for Portland real estate on condos, single families, and 2 to 4 units. So you can follow that, and it is released every month by Main Biz. And if you haven't signed up for this company's email list and getting their automatic emails, I highly recommend it. They do a wonderful job of highlighting and promoting our local business and economic climate here in Maine. So check that out. What we're seeing right now is already with the brighter days, the more daylight, lower interest rates, the market is already transitioning. So obviously the numbers look in the past, it was slow in November, December, and January. And even February was kind of flat, but we certainly anticipate a very, very active market in the spring. Buyers coming back in the market because of lower rates, a lot more inventory coming on. And if you choose the right agent and do the right prep, you should have literally the bidding war process of what we were experiencing during the height of COVID. I think it's going to be that good for sellers. Finally, join my referral team. Now, obviously, many of you who see these emails and watch these videos are not in the market to sell. You may not even be here in the state. I've helped clients over 20 years of doing this move around and move out of state. So I appreciate any connections you have. You likely know people who are buying and selling. And this particular month, I want to have a big shout out to Noelle. Noelle has referred not just 2, but 3 clients to me over the last several weeks. And obviously we'll take wonderful care of them. And Noelle, we're gonna send you another big thank you. So whenever you hear somebody say, hey, I'm thinking of moving to Maine or whatever that is, so jump up. Let your voice be heard. Let them know that they have to work with Tom Landry. We'll take wonderful care of them. You know that we're highly, highly qualified. We'll advocate strongly for them, whether buyers or sellers. And again, it can be anywhere in the state. We have a team of people, especially that work obviously in the coastal regions of the state, from Camden down to Kittery, and from Freiburg to Falmouth, and sort of everything in between. But even beyond that, we've sold properties 2 or 3 hours north up around the Bangor area. So anywhere in the state, if you hear that they need somebody to work with them, we'd be happy, we'd be honored, and of course we'll send you a special thank you. So have a great, late winter, early start to the spring. I'll send you another one of these updates here in a few weeks, and be well, my friends.